Brothers and sisters, once again, Solid Foundation Israelite Academy, take 2 on Pagan Easter. This is take 2, just a very short video. The reason why I had to make a comeback, because I mentioned in the first video that I did concerning Easter being a pagan satanic custom of worship. I was going to show you and explain in Acts chapter 12, even though it says Easter in Acts chapter 12. That is not what the blacks, Hispanics, and Native Americans, being the Israelites, that is not what we're supposed to celebrate. We're not supposed to celebrate Easter. So on the behalf of the blacks, Hispanics, and Native Americans, we are commanded to keep the Passover. And a lot of you brothers and sisters might be confused when you come across Acts the 12th chapter that it says Easter. So I'm going to give you understanding. I apologize because this is supposed to have been broken down in the first video that I did concerning pagan Easter is satanic. But this is take 2. I apologize. So I'm going to show you this right quick, and I'm going to sign out, brothers and sisters. Giving double honors to the elders, salutations to the brothers, and last but not least, all praises and glorification. And do honor to Yahweh by Hashem Yahushua. We're going to start off with Acts the 12th chapter. I'm going to do this quick as possible. Okay, so this is Acts chapter 12. Now, Acts chapter 12, let's go ahead and read. Now about that time, Herod the king stretched forth his hand to vex certain of the church. Herod was a king that was placed up by the Romans because the Romans picked off where the Greeks left. So when the Romans picked off where the Greeks left, they set Herod up as king during that time. Now, King Herod was an Edomite, so-called white man, that was killing the Jews, killing the Jews up, just like you so-called white people are killing black people in this modern day and age. King Herod was a cracker, a white man that stretched forth his hand to vex certain of the church, and that was the Jews, black people. Okay, Acts 2 and 12. And he killed James, the brother of John, with the sword. So there go a white man killing a black man again in the scriptures. Okay, he killed James, which was a Jew, okay, from the tribe of Judah, which was the brother of John, with the sword. Most likely he had James beheaded, decapitated, and he cut his head off. Okay, then it tells you in Acts 12 and 3, it says, and because he saw it pleased the Jews, because out of the nation of Israel, blacks, Hispanics, and Native Americans, we have 2/3 of our own people that is Uncle Toms, okay, and Aunt Toms. All right, 2/3 of our own people. Because the whole 99.9% of the nation of Israel is not the Most High's chosen. Only the elect of Israel is the Most High's chosen, the 1/3. You other 2/3 of Israel are Uncle Toms and Auntie Toms that don't give a damn about your own people and sell your own people out. Okay, so you got to understand, just like you got many wicked blacks, Hispanics, Native Americans today, which is from our nation, you had many wicked ass Jews, that had other Jews put to death, man, that was preaching righteousness and walking in the law. So, yeah, some of our own people can be the devil too. And these Jews was following this cracker, Herod the king, that wicked-ass white cracker king, back in the time of Acts 12. It was many of our people following this cracker, man, that was Uncle Toms and Auntie Toms. And because he saw that it pleased them, some of our own people, when he killed our brother James, the brother John with the sword, he proceeded further to take Peter also, which was a so-called black man, which was a Jew. Then were the days of the unleavened bread. So when Herod killed James, the brother of John with the sword, and when he sought also to take Peter, when did all this happen? It happened during the days of the unleavened bread. And we're going to break it down. Acts chapter 12 verse 4. And when he had apprehended him, he put him in prison, being Peter. Okay, this cracker put Peter in prison, like you crackers putting us in prison today. It says, and delivered him to the 4 quaternions of the soldiers to keep him, intending after Easter to bring him forth to the people. So your pastor go here in Acts chapter 12 and read verse 4 and say, see, Easter's in the Bible. Well, I got news for you, pastor. Easter ain't supposed to be here. What actually is supposed to be there, we're going into the Strong Concordance. Let's go back to the Greek. Let's go into the interlinear, the Strong Concordance for Easter, which is Greek 3957 in the Greek dictionary. Pascha. Now, what does that mean? Because Easter is not supposed to be in Acts, okay, chapter 12. It's supposed to be the correct term, Pascha. Paschal service, which was accustomed to be offered for the people's deliverance of old from Egypt. Now, who are the people deliverance of old? The ancient Israelites, the modern day blacks, Hispanics, and Native Americans, who are the descendants of the ancient Israelites, that we were slaves in Egypt for 430 years. And on the month of Abil, which is the month of March, the first month of the year, we came out of Egypt by night from being slaves, man. And when we came out of Egypt, you know, from being slaves, you know, then the Most High, for us being the children of Israel, the Most High was promising us that promised land, Palestine, Israel, which was Canaan back then, that he said that we would get. Okay, also it says the Paschal lamb, example, that means example. The lamb the Israelites were accustomed to slay and eat on the 14th day of the month of Nisan, which in Babylonian is the first month of the year. See, in memory of the day of which their fathers, preparing to depart from Egypt, were bidden by God to slay and eat a lamb, and to sprinkle their blood, to sprinkle their doorposts with the blood, the lamb's blood, that the destroying angels, seeing the blood, might pass over their dwellings. And it says that Yahushua, who they call Jesus Christ, is crucified and likened to the slain Paschal lamb. So this is talking about the Paschal supper, the Passover supper, the Paschal feast, the feast of the Passover, extending from the 14th day to the 20th day of the month of Nisan, which is March, what they call Abil, the first month of the year. So we're talking about what? We're talking about the Passover. That's what's supposed to be. That's really what's supposed to be in dealing with Acts chapter 12, verse 4. It don't supposed to be Easter here. It's supposed to be the Passover. And if you stupid ass Christians, and I'm talking about you Christians that have heard the truth, but still keep telling us that we wrong. You dumb ass Christians. Yeah, I'm talking to you. Man, I'm heated, man, because it's a difference when you're told the truth and then repent and turn, than rather being told the truth and still continue to forward a lie. Okay? So we ain't talking to you Christians that don't know the truth and that have never heard this or came across this. God bless your souls, and we pray that you find truth, you Christians that have never heard this. But you Christian ass pastors in the congregation that have heard this, that have looked at this, and have seen brothers out by the highways and byways teaching you who you truly are as the Israelites, but you tend to still gravitate toward these pagan ass customs. This is exactly for you. And you still want to keep continuing that it says Easter in Acts 12 and 4. It actually is supposed to be Passover there. Because even if you said that this was Easter, okay, then there would be no Passover without first the Feast of Unleavened Bread. I mean, there would be no Salat. There would be no Feast of Unleavened Bread without first being the Passover. Because he killed James, the brother of John, during the days of the unleavened bread. So if this was the days of unleavened bread, what happened before the days of the unleavened bread? Okay, let's go to Leviticus, the 23rd chapter, to see what happened before the days of the unleavened bread. If he killed James, the brother of John, during the days of the unleavened bread, what happened before that? Leviticus 23 and 5. In the 14th day of the first month at evening is the Lord's Passover. See that? The 14th day of the first month, which is the month of March, which is the first month of the year. It says on the 14th day is the Lord's Passover. It says, and after the Passover, on the 15th day, if the same month is the Feast of Unleavened Bread unto the Lord. 7 days you must eat unleavened bread. So there can't be no Feast of Unleavened Bread without first it being the Lord's Passover on the 14th day. And then after the 14th day, which is the Lord's Passover, on the 15th day, that's when the Feast of Unleavened Bread kicks in. So in Acts 12, did not Herod slay and kill James, the brother of John, with the sword, When did this took place? It took place during the days of unleavened bread. So what happened before that? The Passover. But you can see right here they stuck Easter there. Not supposed to be Easter there, it's supposed to be Passover. So when your satanic pagan ass pastor tell you that Easter is in the Bible, you take him to the strong concordance and you show him that what it means in the Greek, because the New Testament was written in Greek, and you take him to the Greek dictionary and show him in the Greek dictionary for Easter, it was Pascha, which goes back to Passover, G3957. So it ain't no damn Easter in the Bible, because the Bible never talked about Easter. The Bible talks about the Passover. And this is the only damn place you're going to see Easter in the Bible, which really is the Passover. So I felt led to share that to you brothers and sisters that may be, you know, stuck in between saying, I don't know why they are coming against Easter when it's in the Bible. Easter don't supposed to be there, period. Because this is what the Lord commanded the children of Israel to keep. Deuteronomy 16:1. He never told you to eat pagan ass Easter. This is what the Lord tells us to keep as the children of Israel, blacks, Hispanics, and Native Americans. Deuteronomy 16:1. Observe the month of Abib and keep Passover. Don't keep no damn Easter, because Easter goes back to a Babylonian pagan goddess by the name of Ishtar. He tells us to keep Passover unto the Lord thy God for the month of Abib. The month of Abib is March, which is the first month of the year. And it says, the Lord thy God brought thee forth out of Egypt by night. This is when he brought the blacks, Hispanics, and Native Americans, which are the Israelites today, out of Egypt by night during the month of Abib, which is modern day March. And he tells us to observe the month of Abib, which is modern day March, the first month of the year, and keep the Passover. He never said keep anything concerning goddamn Easter. So I hope this was enough to suffice you brothers and sisters on the behalf of Solid Foundation Israelite Academy. Please like, comment, subscribe. I am your host, Shabar Judah Ben Israel. And once again, even though Easter is in the Bible, that's not what really it is. Look past it and see that in the Greek it's known as Pascha, Passover. Shalom.